Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John. Thank you for watching. And, well, if you do like this kind of content, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. This video is a challenge, and I challenge you at some point not to sing along. I'm sure when it got to the chorus, you just felt your body join in. It's almost like an involuntary response. Because this track just seemed to seep into the world, I think. It was that popular. Now, the track is Orinoco Flow. It was actually released as Orinoco Flow Sail Away in, I think, around 1988, 89, I think, depending on which country you were in. That's a long, long time ago. And yet, it immediately comes straight back to your mind. It's just an incredible, incredible track by the internationally famous and best-selling female solo artist from Ireland, Enya. We'll come back to her a little bit later. It's just, It's hard to describe a track like this, how it just seems to just seep into you. Now, Enya, and to give her full, anglicised name was Enya Patricia Brennan, although there is a Gaelic writing of that, which is spelt, I think, Eithe, Enya. Now, she's from a small part in the very northwest of Ireland in County Donegal, which borders the kind of the Atlantic Sea. And it's one of the areas that's known for being Irish Gaelic speaking. And that was her first language when she was growing up. It's a wild, wild part of the country. Now, she did all the kind of traditional schooling, as you would expect. Her musical career started when she was a member of Clannad. But I think around 1982, she started to pursue her solo career. And really just went kind of global from then on. And as I say, she is the best-selling female solo artist in Ireland. And in fact, in artists overall in Ireland, bands included, I think she's probably only just behind U2. Now, this was a recording of her from 2008 in Japan. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to go back a little bit. This was her in France in 1989, and you can actually hear her voice because obviously the track, there's so many layers of voices used. It's hard to emulate in a live situation. But just listen and you can hear her voice very clearly. So you can just hear her own voice there, which is unusual because it's not often you hear that track without all the kind of layering. Now, it's interesting really. I've covered, and the links to both these versions from Enya are in the description, as are links to a whole list of Irish bands that I've done reviews of some of their songs. And I'm going to go through that list, but they're all in the description. There's Clannad, the Dubliners and the Pogues together doing Irish Rover. There's the Cranberries, Stiff Little Fingers, U2, James Vincent McMorrow, Kneecap, Paddy Riley did a couple of his, Fields of Athenry and Carrickfergus, the Furies, and Fontaine's DC. And there are a couple of artists and bands who often pull on their Irish heritage. People like Morrissey, and has been seen more recently with Oasis. And in addition to that, I've covered other, what I would call kind of Celtic bands, obviously, that come from Scotland and also from Wales. But this was Enya. Straight up Irish, I guess. And just, well, I'm sure you sang along to parts of it. Orinoco Flow or Orinoco Flow, Sail Away by Enya. If you do like this kind of content, as I said, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. Thank you so much for watching.